more time for Maddie, everybody. Maddie Cooper. Maddie Cooper. Yeah, what a great venue we're in. I feel like this is where you catch a congressman doing something bad, you know? And then blackmail him to get what you want. But a little about me, I mumble a lot. Try to talk to me after this. Good luck. Yeah, I was mumbling to my friend, and he looks at me, and he's like, you know mumbling's a sign of schizophrenia, right? And I'm like, hey, most people just say speak up. I don't know why you had to bring schizophrenia into this. Next day, he texted me a link, famous serial killers who had schizophrenia. I was like, subtle. But I read that article, and they all had it, so now I'm worried, all right? I'm worried not only if I'm hearing voices, that would be bad, but then also, what if those voices are mumbling too? You know how that annoying that would be? I'd be like trying to get the instructions on who to kill, and I'm like, did you say Terry or Jerry? Both? It's going to be both, whatever you say. Okay. Then my girlfriend was like, caught me picking my nose, and she was like, you know, picking your nose is a sign of Alzheimer's. I was like, you guys got to stop talking to me, all right? This is bad. I don't like it. But yeah, mumbling's underrated though, if you ask me, because it gives you 2 tries at every sentence. People were like, what'd you say? I was like, here's something different. Here's an edited version I thought through you're going to love, I swear. But yeah, I was in the park reading, and this guy came up to me, and he's like, hey man, how's that book? And I was like, I'm not quite balls deep in it yet. And he said, what? And I was like, I just started it, don't worry about it. But yeah, my voice is pretty boring sounding. Someone has characterized it as I sound like an animated bran muffin. Cut me deep, but it's hard to tell when I'm excited. Like right now, I'm thrilled. Okay? You just have to trust me on this. I'm thrilled to be here. But yeah, it's hard, especially in the bedroom. I get yelled at. I'm like, you don't sound like you're into this. I'm like, because it's a lot of like, oh yeah, it is done. You know, it's like a lot of that. But even at work, they're giving me crap. My boss is like, you gotta pep it up in meetings, right? You don't sound excited to be in any of these meetings. And I'm like, buddy, like, I told him about the bedroom thing. I was like, it's bad in there too. And he was like, pep it up. And I'm like, do you know what we do for work? It's boring as heck, okay? It's like, we implement marketing, automation, data platforms at the enterprise level. If I ever sound excited about that, I'm gonna take some eternity leave, all right? I was looking up the other eternity leaves at my work, and we got a bonkers paternity leave policy. You get 6 months of it, which is a lot. That's like half a year. And you get it even if you adopt a kid. Sounds like a loophole to me, baby, all right? I saw that in the company handbook. I was like, where do I get a 17-and-a-half-year-old orphan? All right? Oh, he'll drive himself to my apartment? That's perfect. You know? As you think about it, that kid's had a miserable life, you know? He's been stuck in an orphanage for 17 and a half years because he wasn't good enough at chess or whatever to escape. And I'm plucking him out of there. We're going, baby. Let's go. Let's do a road trip or something. I don't know what you do for 6 months. I've always wanted to drive Route 66. I'll bring him on that. We'll go to Car. We'll go see where Cars was filmed. It'll be great. Then the 6 months are up, and then I gotta go back to work. But now he is an adult. You're welcome. All right? It's pretty good. You guys like rock and roll? Wow, absolutely not. They say smooth jazz, please. You know the Weather Channel? That's all I listen to. All right? No, I was going to a rock and roll show with my buddy, and he texted me. He's like, I got us some drugs for tonight. And I was like, hell yeah, man. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And but then I'm like, what kind of drugs are we working with? He's like, I want it to be a surprise. You never want drugs to be a surprise, okay? Yeah, that's going to end you in prison. But I'm like, so then all day, he wouldn't budge, and I'm thinking of what it could be. I was like, what'll it be? Some marijuana, maybe? A classic marijuana? Maybe some acid? Maybe some mushrooms? Huh? Maybe Klonopin? Maybe Vicodin? Maybe heroin? I don't know. Any of the in drugs sound good. Maybe meth. Can we do meth at this concert? That'd be pretty sick. And then we show up. I'm so pumped. I'm like, hey, what do we got? And he's like, I brought us some Adderall. What? Adderall? The rock and roll show? Are you kidding me? I was like, what, we're going to make flashcards in the mosh pit? Like, what did you think was going to happen? I was taking Adderall at a concert, you idiot. I was so mad. But then we got in there, and I took one, and it was awesome. I left halfway to go clean my apartment. So that was nice. Came back for the encore, took another one, applied to grad school on my phone. So I'm going to be an occupational therapist, whatever that is. I'll find out by 2028. I think drugs, I'm not a real drugs guy though. The closest I really get to drugs nowadays is buying marijuana stocks. Yeah, if you want to be a savvy investor, you go to Yahoo Finance and you type in weed and it just pops up. And yeah, so I guess you could say I'm holding right now. It was pretty sick though. I spent like $30, so they gave me an eighth of weed stock, so that was nice. And it's embarrassing how many people I had to ask for the price of an eighth for that joke. Okay, I said $75 one time, and they're like, "Who are you buying your weed from?" I don't know, but yeah, it's just it changes your mindset. You know, when you have some weed stock, because then I walk down the street, I smell some marijuana. I'm like, "Oh my god, a fellow shareholder." What's up, dude? See you at the shareholders meeting. But I've kind of realized, you know, buying weed and buying stocks are not all that different. They're both gateways to doing cocaine. Huh? Anybody? Okay. Let's see here. I've been taking edibles a little bit, and they're fun. They've helped me out in my life because I'm really addicted to gummy bears. I'll buy a 5-pound bag of gummy bears on Amazon when it's on sale, and then I'll eat it all in maybe 3 days, and that's too much. So now I'm trying to cut back on my gummy bear intake, and the thing I devised to trick myself is now I treat every gummy bear like it's an edible. So I just take one every 4 to 6 hours, and it's cut me back. All right. Gummies are confusing to me though, because they don't really tell you how long it'll take for them to kick in. I feel like that should be on the bag, because there's nothing worse than trying to convince yourself you're high. You're like walking around, it's like, I'm feeling it, oh boy, oh, the dust particles, geez, I had a funny thought for the first time in my life, I'm so high. No. Because I got screwed up once. I didn't understand the milligrams. Why did they put it in milligrams? What am I, a Swiss scientist? That's insane. Milligrams, get out of here. Freaking 200 milligrams, what does that mean? Milli means tiny, a lot of tiny, I don't know. But they should put emojis to tell you how strong it is, you know? Like a swirly eye emoji. And be like, if this is 3 swirly eyes, I probably shouldn't leave the house. This is stuff. 1 swirly eye, I'll go to the museum. I'll do a family dinner, whatever. I love emojis. They're kind of my favorite. They're worth 1,000 words each. Did you guys know that? And I just don't like I wish there was more options across all the emojis, because like there's a lot of different skin tone emojis, and I love that. I love changing it a little bit for me in the summertime. And but then there's also there's only one poop option, and it doesn't even look like poop. All right, it's just like a perfect swirl. Who's making the perfect swirl here? All right, raise your hand. My God, you're like over the bowl like it's soft serve ice cream. You're like, another masterpiece. No one's doing that. That's crazy. Plus, it's got eyes and a mouth. If your poop has eyes and a mouth, chew more. All right. I just want more out. Like, give me the diarrhea. Give me the big log. Give me the little blue ones that come out sometimes. You know. I just want options. I want to tell the group chat exactly how crappy my day's going. I miss the gun emoji. You guys remember when we had that? The only time a gun's ever been taken away. In the history of America, it's the first and only time that I can't believe our patriots didn't rise up when that happened. That's insane to me that they let that slide. I'm like, retroactively, bring it back. How do you think you're going to get more guns in this country? Just put them on the phones first, all right? But now it's like a little green gun, something, a water gun, laser gun. Yeah, I don't know. But it's just making my sad friends' texts harder to parse. It used to be like gun, sad face, I call them, like, is everything okay? And now it's like bathtub, toaster, lightning bolt, X. And I'm like, you having breakfast or something? What's going on? But somebody used an emoji at work and it upset me greatly. This lady sends me an email. She's like, hey Shane, I got to cancel our meetings today, parentheses, I have diarrhea. Poop emoji. And I'm like, Beth, you're old as hell. This lady old as hell at my work. She's like 34. She's old as hell. She's dusty. I call her the crib keeper. And I was like, this is a place of business. You can't email me this. That's insane. Then I got to thinking. I was like, can we take sick days for diarrhea now? Is that something we can do? I'm about to start working 4 days a week. 4 days a year, rather. 4 days a week would be awesome, too. I don't know. Let me say that punchline one more time. I'm working 4 days a year. No, I'm just kidding. Just think about it. If you want to take a 3-day weekend, just put that crock pot on Wednesday, all right? And, slow cook some chili, boom, 3-day weekend. Okay. That one's just for me. Let's see. You guys ever leave town? Yeah, I went on vacation once. It was fun. You guys should leave town. I went to Washington State, which is like here, but opposite. And I went there. I went whale watching, which was really cool. I'd never been whale watching before. I got on this big boat, and then they took me to your mom's house. Come on! You like that one? He likes that one. Okay. You can't give me a wireless mic. I'll high five any of you guys right now. No, but I went to Washington State. I go to Mount Rainier. It's very beautiful. I'm snapping pictures for my scrapbook. Guys can scrapbook too. And I'm taking all these pictures, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Are you taking pictures of my children?" And I was like, "Huh?" And he's like, "I see you pointing your camera directly at my children." I was like, "Oh, the little tiny kids far off in the distance? Yeah, I guess they're technically in the shot, right? In front of the giant mountain? Sure, I guess they're there." And he was like getting mad, and I was like, "Listen, bud, I flew 3,000 miles for the mountain, all right? Kids are just a bonus." Also, 3,000 miles is not that far. That's like a 5-hour plane ride. Why is Vanessa Carlton only willing to go 1,000 miles? What's up with that? I'm very upset with her. He probably wasn't worth it. She's ended up in Omaha or something. Anyway, the guy's getting mad at me now. He's like, "Don't be making fun of my kids." And I was like, "Hey, all right, I would never take pictures of kids. They're not even that hot. Like, what do we... Your kids wouldn't be in my top 10, dude. I don't know what we're talking about here." And he's like, "Delete them right now, delete them." And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Delete them." And I was like, "Listen, bud, I'm just going to go back to Pennsylvania. I'm not going to post them anywhere. They're just going to be for my personal pleasure." And that was a bit of a mistake, but I mumbled it. And I was like, "I'll delete them right now, sir. I'll delete them right now." But I didn't. If you guys want them, let me know. I'll send them to you. Give me your email. All right, I've been Shane O'Connor. You guys ready to keep this show going?